All right, well, thank you again, everybody, for joining us tonight. I know your time is precious, so we're going to get right into it. My name is Laura Bursch, and I am the third generation owner of Bursch Travel. With me tonight, we have our favorite person from Disney. We have Frank. Frank has been working with Bursch Travel for years and years and years. I don't even know if I care to say maybe decades are we at this point, Frank? It's
Sadly,
been a while.
sadly, yes, yeah.
But what your Bursch Travel advisor doesn't have memorized about Disney, we go to Frank and he is our keys to the Magic Kingdom, if you will. So I'm gonna let him take it away. He's gonna share all things that are new with Disney Cruise Line. We've got new ships, we've got new ports, we've got new islands, so much to go over. So Frank, take it away.
All right. Thank you so much. And it's always good to be back with Bursch Travel. So tonight, as we were just saying, we'll be talking all about Disney Cruise Line. And Disney Cruise Line, as you may have heard in the past couple years, just continues to grow, and we add more magic and more ships and more destinations around the world. So tonight I wanted to talk a lot about Disney Cruise Line and some of the things that make Disney Cruise Line unique in the cruising industry. So with that, let's dive right in and take a look. So Disney Cruise Line, just as a little bit of history, is a little over 25 years old. We set sail back in 1998 with the Disney Magic. And Disney Cruise Line really came from a dream of how do we expand the family vacation to destinations outside our theme parks. As you know, Disney started the original theme park with Disneyland in California in 1955, followed by incredible destinations around the world. But then at that time frame, it was like, how do we take the family out and explore the seven seas? And Disney Cruise Line wanted to be an innovator and a first, and it was the very first cruise line purpose built from the ground up for families. And we'll discuss more in a little bit about what sets that apart and why Disney Cruise Line is so different from all the other cruise lines out there in the family space for travel. Now, just because I do say family, that doesn't mean that it has to be exclusively kids. It could be adults sailing with other adult friends. It could be adults with children, all different. Families of all type are welcome aboard Disney Cruise Line. So as you may know, we started Magic with the Disney Magic, followed really quickly by her sister ship, the Disney Wonder. Then, a few years later, we brought on the Disney Dream and her sister ship, the Disney Fantasy. And then just a few years ago, we launched the Disney Wish, and most recently, the Disney Treasure, and coming up in just a couple of months, the Disney Destiny. Now, all of these ships, although slightly different, are all really kind of the same in a lot of different ways, particularly with our main pillars that we'll talk about. But the Disney Magic and the Disney Wonder are the original two that are a little bit smaller, but they still pack a ton of fun and entertainment for everybody. Whereas the other ones, the Dream and Fantasy, are just slightly bigger with some other entertainment on board. And then the Disney Wish, Treasure, and Destiny are right about the same size as the Dream and Fantasy, but just slightly layouts. But all harking back to the same things that we'll discuss now. All right. So let's talk about all that's included with a Disney Cruise Line vacation, because this is one of the key Disney differentiators, and there are so many different ones. First of all, itineraries. We offer cruise itineraries to destinations around the world. So our first port that we started at, and our primary port of call, is Port Canaveral in Florida. From Port Canaveral, which is just a quick hour from Orlando, so for those folks that would like to have a Walt Disney World vacation mixed with a Disney Cruise Line vacation, it can be easily accomplished. With Port Canaveral, we have sailings that go to the Bahamas and the Caribbean, and all of our sailings out of Port Canaveral visit either Castaway Key or Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point, our private beach destinations. We also recently have started another home port in Florida, Port Everglades in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, which offers cruises as well to the Bahamas with our private beach destinations, the Lookout Key and Castaway Key, as well as select Caribbean itineraries. But then seasonally throughout the year, we offer sailings from the ports in Galveston, Texas, San Diego, California, Vancouver, Canada, Barcelona, Spain, and then from time to time, Southampton and Dover in the United Kingdom. So we offer itineraries in Europe and North America and the Caribbean and Alaska, and as well in our winter season down under in Australia. And soon in December, we'll be bringing the Disney Adventure on board, which will be home port out of Singapore. So no matter where you're looking, if you're looking for a relaxing beach vacation in the Caribbean, or if you're looking to explore the history and wonders of Europe or the nature of Alaska, Disney Cruise Line has you covered. So all of the things that you are going to find on board Disney Cruise Line that really make Disney Cruise Line shine. And one of the first ones that I can go on for hours on is the unique Disney entertainment. On board all of our ships, we have a theater. It's called the Walt Disney Theater. And this is where we run Broadway-style productions on board our ships. And each ship has its own signature production. So, for example, the Disney Treasure recently sailed, and it is the first stage production of The Tale of Moana. And it is outstanding and out of this world. Whereas the Disney Wish has The Little Mermaid, and the Disney Magic has Frozen, and then we've got Tangled, and we've also got, anyway, each ship has its own signature show on board. And these are fantastic. As I mentioned, they are Broadway style productions. They do run a little bit shorter. They're typically about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes, but are incredible. But not only do you have the signature show on each one of the ships, you do then also have other theatrical productions on board, like Disney Dreams, an Enchanted classic, or Twice Charmed, or Toy Story the Musical, and so many more. This is a great opportunity for children that have never had the opportunity to go see a live show, to see a live show with a familiar story that they're used to, and for us as adults to be able to enjoy live theater with incredible Disney production value and quality. You'll find a show or production each night of your voyage in the Walt Disney Theater. But besides having first run and Broadway style productions, we also have our Buena Vista Theater or Neverland Theater on board our ships, which is our movie house. Now, you may be familiar with the Disney Company and Disney movies, but the Disney Company is also involved with a lot of other production companies like Pixar and Lucasfilms and Marvel and Fox and so many more. And what's great with this is when you're sailing on board Disney Cruise Line, when a new theatrical production is released in the movie theaters, it is simultaneously released on board the ship. So when the newest Marvel film comes out, it's released the same day on board for people to be able to see, or the newest Pixar film, or the newest Disney animated film, or the newest National Geographic film. Any new production you'll find on board. And one of the things I used to personally say when cruising is like, why would I go see a movie at sea when I can do it at home? Well, it's included in your voyage fare and it just came out. So it never fails whenever I'm on Disney Cruise Line. I do end up going to the movies because there's always a new movie coming to the theaters. One of the recent ones was, of course, Avatar just last year, Way of Water that came out, etc. So you have incredible live theatrical performances in our Walt Disney Theater. You've got movie performances, but you also have other entertainment throughout the ship. On each one of our voyages, we do a spectacular deck party. The overwhelming majority of those are Pirates in the Caribbean, even though we may be in Europe. Our Pirates in the Caribbean deck party is a fantastic evening affair for the whole family, where, of course, pirates take over the vessel and Captain Mickey saves the day. But what makes it unique to Disney Cruise Line is that we then end the party with fireworks at sea, so that there is no cooler experience than watching fireworks overhead as they reflect in the waters of whatever seas you may be in, the Caribbean. Now, for some select sailings like Norway and Alaska, here the local authorities have asked us not to participate in a firework experience at sea due to the nature and wildlife that could be impacted. So here we host a different style deck party. In Norway, it's usually a frozen deck party where we make it snow, of course. Or in Alaska, we do an incredible Pixar party, and so many more. However, the overwhelming majority do a Pixar. And then one of our fan favorites when it comes to entertainment is the ability to interact and see our beloved Disney characters, from Captain Mickey and Minnie to Goofy, Donald, Pluto, Ariel, Belle, Tiana, and so many more. What's great with this is not only do you see all of these incredible characters throughout the ship and have the opportunity to get your photos with them and autographs and interact, but you also get to see them in different costumes based on the destination and where you're visiting. When you're in Italy, for example, you may see Mickey and Minnie dressed up in their Italian finest, or when you're in Mexico, it's a great way to see the characters, get some great pictures, and enjoy your cruise. So we've got incredible live theater, movies, deck parties, and character interaction, just to name a few, as well as other live entertainment sprinkled throughout the entire voyage. Dining. Disney Cruise Line really took the traditional ocean cruising experience and elevated it to a new level. One of the things that traditionally people have enjoyed with cruising is that every night of your voyage, you come to the dining room and you have a sit-down meal with either shared with new friends that you may be meeting on the voyage or with just your group. But when we were launching this, we wanted to take that and move it to a new experience and introduce what we call rotational dining. This is where each night of your voyage, you're going to start in a dining room and you will rotate from dining room to dining room. But the unique twist on this that is unique and only with Disney Cruise Line is that your maitre d', your wait staff, and your assistant server go with you. So they get to know what you like, what your preferences are, if you have any dietary restrictions, and so many more. This one is one of my dad's personal favorites because he thoroughly enjoys a particular brand of beer. And what he loves is by night 2 on our voyage, they usually have his beer waiting for him at his spot. And they know what the kids' beverages of choices are, and they've got them waiting for them at their table. It is just a great way to really engage, and you get to know your team, and they get to know you. So much so that a lot of people come back to Disney Cruise Line time after time and request their same dining staff. But not only does the dining staff make the experience unforgettable, and of course, the delicious food, each night of your voyage with the dining, it's a different menu based on the dining room you're in and the experience. On all of our ships, we have 3 main dining rooms that you'll rotate from. And they may be different based on which ship you're on, But you'll have our more formal style dining, which could be like 1923 on the Disney Wish or Disney Treasure, or you could have Lumieres or Tritons on the Disney Wonder and Disney Magic. This is where typically you're going to experience things like escargot and lobster and filet mignon. But then you're going to rotate to another dining room where it could be Animator's Palette, for example, where on the Disney Magic and Disney Wonder, it starts off in black and white, and by the end of dinner is in full color. Or on the Disney Dream and Disney Fantasy, where you're in an animation studio and you create your animation, and by the end of dinner, your animation comes to life on the screens. Or on the Disney Wish and Disney Treasure, you may be transported to the world of Marvel and step into a simulation where you're with Ant-Man and the ship mysteriously shrinks, expands. There's so many great experiences with your dining rotation. So every evening, you'll either go to dinner at the 6 p.m. dining time, well, 5:30, 5:45, or the 8 p.m. dining time. And you'll have a set rotation and you'll move around from dining room to dining room. What's great with this, though, to tie back to the entertainment, is your stage production is then correlated with your dining. So if you're going to 5:45 dining, you'll then go to dinner, and then you'll end up going to the 8:30 production of the show. Whereas if you are going to your 8 p.m. dining time, you'll go to the 6:30 p.m. production of the show. So you get it set. You don't need to make reservations. You simply show up, have a seat, and enjoy the production. Now, a pro tip with Disney Cruise Line is for those that are traveling with younger ones, a lot of times they're not going to make it to an 8 p.m. dining. Well, with Disney Cruise Line, don't fret. There is food available 24 hours a day for you throughout the ship, including room service, quick and casual locations throughout the ship and by the pool, and then, of course, your dining room. So if you're traveling with young ones, I recommend still doing second or that 8 o'clock dining time so that you can go to the show and experience that. What I did with all of the kids in my family when we were younger is around 4 or 5 o'clock, we would head up and get some chicken fingers and some pizza and tide them over before we headed to the show. We would then enjoy the incredible production number and still all head to dinner as a family. What's great when you go to that 8 o'clock dining time is we offer dine and play. What this means is your wait staff is going to come by and ask you, are the kids staying for dinner tonight or are they going to head to the kids club? If they're heading to the kids club, we all place our orders, and during the appetizer course, the kids receive their meal. And then when the entree course is ready, the kids club staff come to the dining room and whisk the kids away, and the adults then can enjoy their entrees and desserts. Well, the kids are enjoying some fun time in the kids club, or for our younger ones, can be hearing some stories from Peter Pan and friends and taking a nap in the kids club until it's time for us to come and pick them up. But whichever one works for your family, know that the dining is correlated with the entertainment so that you don't miss out and you don't have to make a reservation. Also, as well as I had mentioned, dining for breakfast and lunch is at your own. We have an incredible buffet style dining for you if you'd like, or if you want table service experiences for lunch and dinner and breakfast, those are available for you as well. And Disney Cruise Line has 24-hour room service, so you can pick up the phone and order a hamburger or that very popular ice cream Mickey bar at 2 o'clock in the morning, and it will be brought directly to your stateroom. Then there is, of course, fun and recreation abound. Disney Cruise Line was designed to provide spaces for the adults, spaces for the kids, and spaces for the family to come together and have a great time. From our family swimming pools to our aqua dunks and our other activities and recreation. There is so many fun spaces throughout the ship for the entire family to have a great time, including the first ever at sea aqua roller coaster with a water launch with the Aqua Mouse on board the Disney Wish, Disney Treasure, and coming soon to the Disney Destiny. When designing Disney Cruise Line for families, we realize that families need a little more space to spread out and unpack. And often you're traveling with a family of 4 or family of 5. So our spacious staterooms have staterooms that can sleep families of 3, families of 4, and families of 5. And then, of course, we do have select suites that can sleep even more. But if your family is larger than that and you need more space, we have the most connecting staterooms aboard our vessels. With a connecting staterooms, that means you can book 2 rooms side by side with a door internal that leads between the 2 staterooms. So it's like having 2 rooms for your space. All of our staterooms come with the Disney Cruise Line queen bed, pillow top, raised platform mattresses. So of course you can sleep 2 on this. They are the most comfortable beds at sea. Truly. I love that they are not like on some other ships where they're 2 twin beds pushed together where you have the funny divider in the middle. It is a true queen bed pillow top mattress. And because it's a raised platform bed, you can shove and stow all of your luggage under the bed, in giving you more space in your stateroom. You then will have a sofa in the room, which is a twin bed with a true twin mattress. And then as you can see on this image, there is a twin bed that comes down from the ceiling. And then for those staterooms that have 5, there's another twin bed that pulls down from the wall. You'll see as well, there's a curtain to divide the space to give the family a little separation from the queen bed to the other portion of the stateroom. And then as well, we have what we call our split bath configuration. This is where one bathroom has the toilet and a sink, and the other bathroom has the bathtub and a sink, so that multiple people can be getting ready in the morning, making it even easier for families. And another perk for those traveling with young children that are not yet ready for showers, they do all feature small bathtubs for the ability to take baths. We also feature staterooms that are inside, which mean that they do not have a window. We feature outside, which have a window, veranda, which means you have an outdoor space, and then, of course, our incredible concierge level and suites. Now, Disney Cruise Line has the best children's programming at sea. And some of the things that set this apart. For our children from ages 3 through 17, and must be potty trained, have access to our Kids Club programming from 9 a.m. in the morning until midnight. And for some of our kids programming even after that. Our children's spaces are, of course, incredibly themed with all of the different Disney things. You can step into the world of Star Wars or experience the Marvel Universe. Be transported into Andy's bedroom from Toy Story. Find Pixie Hollow. Play incredible video games with Mickey and friends. See our incredible characters. There is incredible programming for the children all throughout the day. And of course, you can drop off your kids and they can enjoy the kids programming all day, or you can pick them up and they can come and go. There is so many things. We have our Oceaneer Club and our Oceaneer Lab for our younger ones. We have Edge, which is our Tweens Club for our 10 to 13-year-olds. And then we have Vibe, which is our teens club. Our teens club is the one that often stays out until about 2 in the morning. It's wild, but they're on a ship. Where can they go? And they have incredible spaces that truly, as adults, if you're traveling, even without children, we do open houses from time to time on the ship. So as adults, we can go play in the kids club for a brief period because they have so many cool, amazing experiences for them to enjoy throughout their trip. Now, as I mentioned, for our children ages 3 to 17, Kids Club included in your voyage fare that they can enjoy with incredible counselors that are truly some of the best in the industry. Now, for those of you traveling with newborns and younger ones under the age of 3 or not yet potty trained, we do have Small World Nursery, which is an amazing nursery for our young ones that you can check your children into. However, for this one, there is a nominal fee that is hourly for that service. Then for the adults, we have our incredible adult-only spaces as well. So the kids have a deck practically dedicated to them. We have family spaces, and then we have our adult exclusive spaces. Our adult exclusive spaces include a swimming pool called the Cove, which is a great tranquil place to relax and unwind, as well as Cove Cafe, which is our adults coffee bar and lounge area. We have our nightclubs and lounges, which after 9 p.m. turn into 18 and up only. We have our fitness center, which is for adults. However, select children can participate based on if they are accompanied by an adult. And then we do have our spa, which is our adults only as well. So there are so many great places that truly onboard Disney Cruise Line. The kids can go enjoy theirs, and adults, if they want, they can be in spaces without kids. So the kids can be in spaces without the adults can be in spaces without the kids. And then when we're all ready to enjoy some incredible time together, we have all sorts of fantastic family spaces for the entire family to enjoy. Now, if you are sailing out of Port Canaveral or Port Everglades, no trip would be complete without heading over to our private island paradise, Castaway Key. Castaway Key is a port that the ship docks right at, so you can walk right off the ship and you can head out and experience the island as if you're on board the ship. Food and non-alcoholic beverages are included just as they are on board the ship. And just like on the ship, we have a family beach for the families to enjoy. We have our children's activity programming on the beach for the kids to enjoy. And we have Serenity Bay, which is our adults only beach for those adults that would like some peace and quiet. There are, of course, snorkeling and other activities to enjoy, including an annual Castaway Key 5K. So every visit to the island, you can do a fun run or walk if you would like for the Castaway Key 5K. And of course, collect your Castaway Key 5K medal. Our newest island is Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point on the Isle of Eleuthera. And this one tells the story of the Bohemian people and immerses you in their culture from afternoon junkanoo to traditional Bohemian cuisine. Here, though, like Castaway Key, does still have our family beach, our Serenity Beach for adults, activities for kids, adults, and families. However, here we are really immersed in the Bohemian culture and some of the most exquisite pink sand beaches in the world. Whether it's Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point, Castaway Key, or both, you'll have an incredible beach day in the Bahamas. A few of the Disney Cruise Line extras that are available on board the ships, and these are available at an additional charge. Everything else I've been talking about has been included in your voyage. But for those adults that are looking for an experiential dining, perhaps they're looking to get engaged or celebrate an anniversary or just enjoy some romantic time on date night. We do have select adult-only dining venues. On some of our ships, this is called Palo, and on other ships, it's called Palo Steakhouse. On the Disney Dream and the Disney Fantasy, we have Remy, which is our French-inspired restaurant from the iconic Pixar film Remy. And then on the Disney Wish, Disney Treasure, and Disney Destiny, we have Enchanting, all offering incredible elevated dining experiences. And as I already mentioned, for adults, we do have the Senses Spa, which is one of the most exquisite spa facilities at sea, including their rainforest room. If you're looking for just an afternoon of relaxation, it is the way to do it. Untangled is our beauty parlor to get your nails done or your hair done. On the Disney Wish, Treasure, and Destiny, we also have hooks for the gentlemen if we would like to get a beard trim or get a haircut or just enjoy a little speakeasy. And for our young ones that want a transformation, we do have the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. And for adults 21 years in age, we do also offer some incredible beverage tastings. Don't miss out and talk to your travel advisor about our specialty themed cruises. So coming in 2026 from the Port of Galveston on select sailings, we're going to be offering Marvel Day at Sea. And in early 2026 from Port Everglades, we're going to be offering Pixar Day at Sea. What these are incredible celebrations that take place throughout the voyage. On your day at sea, at Marvel Day at Sea, the Marvel characters take over the ship, and you have Marvel character experiences, Marvel deck parties, Marvel themed menus, Marvel movies, Marvel, Marvel, Marvel. You get the opportunity to engage with them. Same type concept with Pixar Pals. And don't forget our holidays. We have incredible holidays aboard the ship, from our not so scary Halloween sailings to our holidays at the high seas celebrating the Christmas season on board. Your travel professional can set you up with the sailing at the time frame that meets your special itineraries. Then I've already covered the itinerary section as we talked about how the ships sail from Europe, Alaska, and so much more. The Eastern Caribbean, the Western Caribbean, the Bahamas, and even Mexico. And then, let's. And for those that would like something truly special, you can combine a Walt Disney World vacation with your cruise vacation by stopping first at the Walt Disney World Resort and then being transported over to Disney Cruise Line. Your travel professional sets you up and can help you if you need flights into Orlando International Airport and transfers to the Walt Disney World Resort. You can then do a stay at the Walt Disney World Resort and experience all the magic for as many days as you would like. And then Disney Cruise Line will whisk you from your resort at the Walt Disney World Resort to Port Canaveral, while you'll board your cruise line vacation and enjoy your time in the Bahamas or the Caribbean. Then back to Port Canaveral, where you'll then have a Disney Cruise Line transfer back to Orlando International Airport, where you head then back home on your vacation. Woo! All right. Well, with that, I know I talked a lot and I talked fast. And thank you so much with a few of my technical hiccups tonight. But Disney Cruise Line is truly a magical cruise at vacation. Whether you're sailing with the young or the young at heart, there is something for everybody to enjoy while they're sailing the seven seas aboard Disney Cruise Line. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, and make sure to talk to your Bursch Travel professional all about Disney Cruise Line, and they can help you get set up on the perfect vacation.
Thank you, Frank. Yes, hopefully you've now got a glimpse of why we love Frank so much and why we need Frank and why hopefully you now see that you need us. This is not just booking a cruise. There are so many pieces and parts to this vacation that we can work on with you to make sure that each minute you're making the most of it. Myself personally, your little tip about dinner and taking that second dinner, I was like jotting that down. That's perfect for our kids. You know, you get them, they get to see the show, they get a little food with you, and then go play. Let's have some fun. Let me see. If you have any questions, feel free to unmute, or I'm seeing a couple in the chat. So let's take a look here. Frank, is there a way to book Delta Vacation Club members?
Disney Vacation Club members that are utilizing their points would need to go through member services, but your travel professional can help you with all of the other logistics of the cruise vacation.
Perfect.
However, if they are a Disney Vacation Club member not using their points, of course, then you will want to do the entire thing through your travel professional.
Just makes it so seamless. And again, it's not just the cruise or not just Disney. It's the flights getting in. It's the hotel before you leave. We always recommend that you fly in at least a day in advance to make sure that unexpected weather doesn't ruin your whole trip. Lots of different pieces and parts that we can be available to help with.
Absolutely. And you guys have all the tools. Bursch Travel can help make sure they even know the best hotels. So, for example, here in Minnesota, you may be flying in the night before your cruise. They'll set you up then right at the Hyatt Hotel inside Orlando International Airport. So you land, go directly up to your hotel room, get a good night's sleep, have breakfast at the hotel, and then head downstairs in the morning where the Disney Cruise Line transfer is waiting to take you out to the ship. And the best part is the hotel already sends your luggage to the ship for you. So you don't even need to bring it down in the morning. They know all that information to help you plan the perfect trip. And Laura's absolutely right. Always come in early. I only flew once the day of for a cruise. And of course, my flight was 2 hours delayed and I was one of the last ones getting on the ship, but I did make it. Nobody wants that stress that they're going to miss their cruise. Come in a day before, or if you're sailing out of Florida, come in a few days before and enjoy Walt Disney World.
Absolutely. We've got another question from Kara this time. When would it be possible to register for a mixology class? Ooh, that sounds perfect. Is that something we can sign up for before we board or once we board?
That one becomes available in the Disney Cruise Line Navigator app for you to be able to select, like you can book your dining in advance, your shore adventure, your port adventures in advance, spa treatments in advance, etc. Some of them, though, do wait until you get on board the ship. There are some offerings that are held until on board. But that one is usually, you can usually do at the same time, and it's all through the handy dandy app or through the website.
Perfect. And that's something your advisor can help with too. I know we've got Krisha on our Zoom tonight. Krisha is one of Bursch Travel's Disney specialists. So she is answering these questions all the time. Krisha, maybe you want to even pop in with a question that you get most often, or maybe one of your top tips that you want to share tonight. Sorry to put you on the
Yeah,
spot. I didn't tell you ahead of time, but
no, that's okay. I have to kind of agree with Frank about coming in early. And what's really nice is a lot of times we can set up where if you do want to do a few nights at Disney, we can do that. And then you can transfer right from the Disney hotel. And again, like Frank says, that luggage is going to go and they're going to take you on the Disney Cruise Line bus and head right to the resort. So it's really seamless. That's the one thing with Disney is a lot of everything is just really seamless and it's so smooth.
I love it. All right. Any other questions? Again, you know where to find us, or hopefully you know where to find us. You can go to our website, which is burschtravel.com. You'll find a lot of our advisor information. You can reach out to us. You can give us a call, whether that be your local Bursch Travel advisor, or we work with people all over the country and all over the world. So just give us a ring, and we will get you on the right Disney cruise for you. Frank, appreciate your time tonight. This was phenomenal. Everybody have a wonderful night, and we'll hopefully see you on the next Disney cruise.
Thank you all.
Bye, guys.